What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome back to my MotoGP 17 career mode. Today, we're here for episode number 11 and round 10 of the Moto3 World Championship, and today, we're heading to Brno for the Czech Republic Grand Prix, and we'll be hoping to bounce back from our poor performance last time out at the Sachsenring. I really did struggle last time out. I ended up, down in the 20s somewhere, 21st or 22nd. It was a terrible race, so many mistakes. I was so far off the pace, getting pushed around. And hopefully, we can bounce back here in Brno. I will admit, the Sachsenring is a track I really do struggle with on this game. I haven't ridden Brno as of yet, but in the past, I have liked Brno. So hopefully, we can bounce back onto form here in Brno. We're about to find out if we can do so. Let's head to the Czech Republic. So here we are in the Czech Republic at the Brno circuit for today's qualifying session, and the weather conditions look very nice. Bright blue skies and 31 degrees. Here we go, out of the final corner and on to the pit straight. We're about to start our first flying lap here in qualifying, and actually my first lap of this track on this game, but I do know the Brno circuit quite well. I do know the Wow. Well, we've just crashed into our teammate who just blocked us on our qualifying lap, so this time won't be representative, that is for sure, but through turn 1. Anyway, now we flick it back a little bit to the left. I was trying to say that I do know the Brno circuit quite well. The layout is not going to be a challenge to learn. I was driving this track a few days ago in an IndyCar of all things, odd combination, but it was quite fun. So I do know the layout, so that is not a problem, but learning it on this game will be another thing, of course. This thing has 2 wheels, IndyCar has 4, completely different thing to ride and drive. But anyway, through that first chicane now on the back, one of the back straights. There are a few of these longer straights, and now down towards a very tight right-hander. It's not a full hairpin, but it does bend back on itself over 90 degrees. Then we flick back to the right again. And this is the corner I struggled with when I was on Project Cars. This bit is a very tight corner. I always forget how tight it actually is. It's very tight on the exit, and I found running wide is very easy to do there. And now into another one of these sort of open chicanes. We go left before we go back to the right, and we're on the back of Arbolino and possibly a bit of a toe, but we are a long way down off the pace on this lap so far, but because of course that crash, so this time isn't going to be representative. But down another one of these long straights, down into a hairpin. This is a good overtaking opportunity here at Brno, and out of this hairpin. And now we start to head back up the hill, back towards the start, finish straight, back to the top end of the circuit. We've run it very deep into that left-hander. Like I said, the first time I've ridden this track on this game, so I'm bound to make a few mistakes on this first lap. Now we only have a couple of corners to go, still heading up the hill back to the start-finish line. We have 2 corners left on this lap, up the hill onto the brakes for this left-hander, and then we have the fast last corner, which opens up quite a lot on the exit, but still quite tricky. It's very easy just to run the bike a little bit too wide out of that final corner and up to the line. It is a 2:14.2, 6 seconds off the pace. Of course, we had that crash at turn number 1, but the target time is a 2:08.3. Is now we've got Arbolino in front of us, and hopefully he doesn't get in our way too much on this lap. Oh, there goes Arbolino. That's 2 people I've taken out today. It's a solid qualifying session. You know, we're picking up where we left off at the Sachsenring. So I have gone and taken pole position here in Brno by over 2 whole seconds. I set a 2:06.1, and the next closest rider was Johan Mir, our championship rival, in second place, and he set a 2:08.3. 2.2 seconds clear at the front of the field. A very dominant performance here in qualifying. Now, I have seen a few people comment about the difficulty. This is on the hardest difficulty possible, so this is how it is, but it's a bit weird. Like, tracks here like this at Brno, I was really quick, but just look last week at Sachsenring, I was really slow. Same difficulty, same bike, same everything. And it varies from track to track. So some tracks I'm ultra dominant, some tracks I am absolutely trash. It'll even itself out over the season, I am hoping, but I can't turn the difficulty up. But anyway, running through the grid for tomorrow's Czech Republic Grand Prix. Of course, you got myself on pole position after dominating in today's qualifying. Alongside me is Johan Mir and Romano Fenati. Second row of the grid is the German Grand Prix winner Niccolo Bulliger with Aaron Canet and Jorge Martin alongside him. Then you got Fabio Di Gianantonio, John McPhee and Andrea Migno on the third row, and our teammate Niccolo Antonelli rounding out the top 10. It's race day here in the Czech Republic, and it looks like another really nice day for motorcycle racing here at the Brno circuit. 29 degrees and sunny.
Here at Brno, everything is ready for the Czech Grand Prix now. This is one of the riders' favourite tracks, so we're guaranteed a spectacular race today.
Here we go, it is race time here at Brno as we get the bike into first gear. The revs rise, the lights come on. And it's lights out, and away we go. The Czech Republic Grand Prix is underway, and how has our start been? It hasn't been the best. Mir is already pulling up our inside as we head down towards turn number 1. On the outside for the first corner, Mir is up our inside, but right around the outside of Johan Mir, and we hold on to the lead of this Grand Prix through the first 2 corners. We've got a bit of a straight down to turn 3. There is a chance for them to jump into my slipstream, but it doesn't look like Mir is close enough to challenge us just yet. Oh, Mir has just dive bombed us, and he's taken himself out of the Grand Prix. Now I'm too busy looking back, and I am out on the grass. That's Jorge Martin now up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Bulliger is now past us into second. We've got the run on Bulliger. I'm not too sure what Mir was doing, but he's just ridden into the back of our bike, as now we've just tapped the back of Martin. No, Martin is down. We've taken Martin down. That was really bad of us, just a little bit deep into turn 1 as Bastianini has now taken second place from us, and Bulliger has inherited the lead. Everything is kicking off at the end of lap 1 and the start of lap number 2 as Bastianini is going for the lead on Bulliger down into turn number 3 as Fenati is up our inside, and so is Philip Erdl. Erdl all the way up onto the podium now as we retake that third place. And now can we sneak up the inside of Bulliger? No, we cannot, as we run it very wide. Erdl gets us, and now Fenati is looking up our inside as we head down towards this tight right-hander. We're right on the outside, but try to cut it back as everyone runs it a little bit deep up the inside of Fenati into this corner and onto the grass. That's bad. That's lift off, and we don't get a penalty, thankfully. Just cutting it a bit fine on that corner. Now Migno has slipped past us. We've dropped all the way down to 6th place. Things have absolutely kicked off here in Brno. Migno and not Migno, as we pass Migno, I'm trying to say. Mir and I think it was Jorge Martin, both down off their motorcycles in quick succession in this race. One being Mir's fault and one being my own fault, as now we have Migno right behind us, is down towards this right-hander. Migno was thinking about it. I tried to shut the door on him a little bit of contact, but not too bad. Still side by side with the Sky VR47 bike up towards this left-hander, and we always run it a little bit deep into there. The racing line is a bit wrong for that corner, and I thought I remembered it in qualifying, but I seem to be forgetting it once we're battling in a pack. But it looks like we've got the move on Migno done. Up next is Romano Fenati, as the front two are starting to make a little bit of a break for it here in Brno. Is up the inside of Fenati into the penultimate corner, cut it a little bit, and Fenati now has the inside line for the last corner, and he holds on to 4th place for now. As now onto the pit straight, we start lap number 3. We're in the slipstream of Fenati. I think Migno is thinking about it up our inside. Can we try it on the brakes? Up the inside of Fenati and up the inside of Bulliger. Very aggressive down into the first corner, and we make that move stick all the way back into 3rd place as Bastianini and Philip Erdl are going at it up ahead for the lead of this Grand Prix, and there goes Erdl going up the inside of Enea Bastianini down into turn number 3. Let's use it to try to gain up to the back of the front two as they are still battling away over the lead of this Grand Prix. We're only on lap 3 of 11 of this Czech Grand Prix. Bastianini is going for it again down at the end of this straight as we run it a little bit too deep, as Philip Erdl has held on to the lead, as now we're closing right up to Enea Bastianini. We flick the bike back to the left. Can we try to get a nice exit. It's a very late apex up the inside of Enea Bastianini and up into second place, as now we have to catch up to Philip Erdl, the race leader at this stage, and he is right there in front of us. Can we try something up the inside here on the exit? No, we cannot, but now we have a bit of a straight. We get a better exit than Erdl up his inside, down the straight, and back into the lead of the Czech Grand Prix. Oh, there goes Philip Erdl up our inside into the fourth last corner. Now Bastianini is trying to sneak past as well. He tries it up the inside of the third last corner, but he cannot make that move stick, as Erdl has retaken the lead of the race. Can we try something possibly down into turn number 1? We're not quite close enough through the final 2 corners, but a nice run through the last corner and a bit of slipstream down the pit straight should be enough to see us back into the lead of the Grand Prix. A nice run through the final corner up the inside of Philip Erdl and back into the lead of this Grand Prix. We have the hammer down out in the lead of this Grand Prix as we start lap number 5, and the gap is now out to 1.3 seconds back to Philip Erdl in second place. Now we can just eke out a lead and we should be able to get home quite comfortably. We've seen in qualifying our pace around this Brno circuit is bloody amazing, and we just need to push it for the next few laps and we should be able to eke out a nice lead, and that's just a comfortable ride to the finish. A bit of a confidence builder race. We need that after the Saxon Ring last weekend. We just need to get our head, or before the summer break I should actually say, but we just need to get our head down and get our confidence back up. And a dominant ride here in Brno would do exactly that and set us on a good, start us on a good foot for the second half of this championship. 5 laps to go here in Brno, and what is the gap? 2.8 seconds now. We are really starting to build a margin. That was about 1.4 seconds, I think, in that lap alone. Here we go, 4 laps to go here in Brno. What is the gap back to Philip Erdl? It was about 5.8. I think I saw it flicked off pretty quickly. We have a nice, sizable margin back to second place. This race is in our hands now. It's our race to lose. No mistakes, and it should be easily ours. 2 laps to go here in Brno as we set the fastest lap of the race. What is the split? Back to Erdl, 8.5 seconds now. That is our lead with only 2 laps to go here in Brno. Up the hill for the final time here in Brno. We have 2 corners standing between us and victory, and we have a long way back to Philip Erdl, who is in second place. 1 corner left here in Brno through the final corner. Let's pop a wheelie. Get it up on wheel. Come on. Get it up on one wheel. Get a wheelie. Do a wheelie. Oh, I couldn't do a wheelie, but nonetheless, we have won here in Brno. I know you can do a wheelie, but I must have been going a little bit too fast to pull off a wheelie. But nonetheless, we have won the Czech Republic Grand Prix here in Brno by 9.7 seconds to Philip Erdl. That would have been over 10 if I wasn't fucking around on that final pit straight. And then joining me and Erdl on the podium is Nicolo Bulliger in third place. And Enea Bastianini came home in fourth, with Mino in fifth, Canet in 6th. Our teammate Antonelli up into 7th, and Mia fought back to 8th place after falling off his bike, beating his teammate, believe it or not, Livio Loy, who finished in 9th, and then John McPhee rounded out the top 10. Jorge Martin, the other man to fall off his bike, came back to 12th place. In the championship, we have just extended our lead even further, now to 38 points over Johan Mir. We are sitting on 188 points, Mir on 150, and Bulliger has been a real mover in the last few races. He is now up into third place on 141 points. Then you got Canet, who has dropped down to 4th. He's on 138, only 3 points separating Bulliger and Canet there. Then you got Mino in 5th, Jorge Martin in 6th, Philip Erdl 7th, our teammate in 8th place on 99 points. Then you got John McPhee and Enea Bastianini rounds out the top 10. In the Constructors' standings, KTM have extended their lead to 50 points over Honda, and Mahindra and Peugeot still have not scored any points. We are beyond the halfway point of the season, and still Mahindra and Peugeot are pointless. See what I did there? Yeah, stand up on your bike, mate. Enjoy that one. So we have dominated this weekend in Brno, and next time out we head to Austria, to the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg for the Austrian Grand Prix, but that will be in the next episode. And before we end this, I just want to mention something very, very briefly. A few weeks ago, I announced that I would be doing a Q&A for hitting 1,000 subscribers, and now the channel's actually blown up in the last month. We're now on like 1.7k, but that's beside the point. I'm still going to be doing that Q&A. I just haven't got around to it because, you know, I've been focusing on this game and Dirt 4, which have both come out in the last few weeks, and, you know, the big games on this channel because I'm sort of a motorsport channel, so I've been focusing on them. But from this is going live on Monday, so in about a week to 2 weeks time from when you guys are seeing this, I will be uploading my Q&A, and I haven't recorded it yet, so that means it is not too late to get your questions in. I know there's a lot of people watching these videos that weren't previously subscribed to the channel and don't watch my Formula 1 content, so this is directed mainly at you guys. So if you do have any questions you want to ask me, make sure you do comment them down below with the hashtag Q&A. It can be about anything you really want, ideally keep it motorsport related or about me, but, you know, it can be as random as you like. I don't really mind, and I should get around to making that video finally in a couple weeks time. So if you do have any questions, comment them down below with the hashtag Q&A. But that is going to do it for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to do smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.